Hi guys, Elena Mosaner here, and today I'm going to do a short social commentary on what happened between the two people, Blake Lively and the reporter Kjersti Flaa. So she's a Norwegian reporter. She was interviewing Blake Lively and another actress in this interview that became popular, went viral, where supposedly Blake Lively was really rude and with another actress they kind of ganged up a little bit and ignored the reporter, and now everybody's talking about how Blake Lively is so such a rude person and made the reporter feel uncomfortable. So I'd like to do just a little evaluation here as someone who is a coach and conflict resolution and practitioner of mediation in small conflict in families and workplace. So I'd like to point that it is important in conflict resolution, especially a postmodern view on conflict resolution, is your ability to understand various points of view. So I am going to be as objective as I can possibly be. So what happened, the reporter obviously felt somewhat offended. She made a comment. She started with a comment saying, "Oh, congratulations on the bump." And that immediately triggered Blake Lively because, and here's why it triggered her, guys. I can understand it from point of view as originally not being an American, somebody who came from Russia, spent in America spent almost 25 years in America. But in the beginning, I remember I could say some things that were a little bit off-sounding, not because of the accent, but because of the cultural difference. So I could say something and people would be like, "Oh, okay, she's a foreigner," right? So it takes time to really grow into society to understand, okay, so this is inappropriate to say, that's okay to say, that's a little bit offensive, this is where you cross the boundary. To say something like that, maybe that was a cultural thing, a difference in culture, maybe a difference in values, maybe it's just perception conflict here, maybe a social hierarchy played a part here. Whatever it was, to Blake Lively, it felt offensive and she felt as if her boundary was violated. In other words, to say, "Oh, congratulations on the bump," it's like, why are you looking at at my bump? You know, that's how Blake Lively is thinking. What, I want you to look at my face and let's talk about the movie. So that triggered her into this. It's not about my body. It's not about my pregnancy. The pregnancy is private, and the fact that I am pregnant and got pregnant, it's very private. I don't think I want to talk about it, and especially the word bump. That kind of was a little bit offensive from her point of view. But I can understand how, for the reporter, it was a way to break the ice and start a conversation. She didn't mean to offend her or hurt her or be inappropriate in any way, right? But that's exactly what happened. That little rapport breaking, because for Blake Lively it was offensive. On top of all that, there's a history that somehow this movie, there's an association for Blake Lively that it's been kind of breaking her boundaries, especially, guys, bear with me. She talks about the long kiss she had to do with an actor. So possibly there's an association with the whole film that it's just this violation, because seemingly, and I looked at some clips, the actor may have enjoyed doing the kiss. It's a movie, and in the movie you have to play a part. Maybe she did not enjoy it that much, because she's in a good relationship with her husband, and not just that, but she may have felt that the guy, and usually that happens in the movie setting, you just have to pretend that there is chemistry, and she maybe went against her own just will to, and that was part of the sacrifice, right, to act. And maybe the guy did sort of take an advantage. "Oh, I'm gonna enjoy it. It's all about acting," and then he just really went into it, and it was not pleasant for her. Okay, maybe he just went a little bit too much, a little bit too much. So she didn't like it, and that was offensive. That was crossing the boundary. And so for her, she's already in that state of mind of like, she's like, I'm tired of people crossing my boundaries, right? I'm tired of that. Immediately after the reporter made this commentary, comment about her bump, she did not want to have contact with her. Blake Lively did not want to have any contact with her. She didn't make eye contact. She didn't acknowledge her. Maybe she went too far. No doubt about that. Maybe she went a little bit too far. But she was triggered by people crossing her boundaries. Why are you looking at my body? Why is it about my body? Why is it about my belly? Right? Then she started talking about why are you interested about clothes? Why don't you ask men about if they enjoy wearing clothes? So she kind of went in the same direction. Why are you asking different questions to women? So, and this is where she came from, really. You know, she's already in this kind of state of, I'm just, leave me alone, kind of thing. Don't look at my body. Don't take advantage of my body. Don't enjoy kissing me so much, like that actor, right? Who did that prolonged kiss, and then also another story where she was kind of as if she was fat shamed, right? Fat shamed, and he wanted to know what her weight was because of his back problems and whatever. So anyways, she was just already in that mood. It's not cool. It's not awesome in a Western world, especially in America, to say, "Oh, congratulations on your bump." It's not. I can understand the reporter just comes from a different culture, but it's just not the best way to start a conversation with somebody who's not your friend. You can say to your friend, "Oh, you got a bump here. Congratulations." But to someone who you don't know, especially who's a star, there's a bit of a barrier to say, "Oh, the bump. It was a little bit too friendly," you know. So that's why that really triggered Blake Lively. This is it. Thank you very much.